And here is the Writer's Almanac for Sunday, the 6th of October, 2019. It was on this day in 1930 that William Faulkner published As I Lay Dying, the book that he wrote in a couple of months while he was working night shifts at the University of Mississippi Power Plant in Oxford. And on the same day, 1932, he published Light in August, a book that he rewrote and rearranged many times, and he was calling the book Dark House when his wife commented that the light in August was unlike the light at any other time of the year. And Mr. Faulkner got up and went up to his office and crossed off Dark House and wrote Light in August. It was on this day, 1847, that Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre was published. William Thackeray reviewed it and called it the masterwork of a great genius, but not everyone liked it, and a number of the critics were trying to figure out who had written Jane Eyre, which was published under a pseudonym, Currer Bell. They were shocked at the possibility that a woman could have written the book because they thought Jane was too independent. She was too coarse and too interested in what one critic called the grosser and more animal portion of our nature. Jane Eyre, the story of an orphan girl who becomes a governess for Mr. Rochester. When Charlotte Brontë was 5, her mother had died, and she was sent along with her sisters to a miserable boarding school where the teachers were harsh, and 2 of Charlotte's older sisters died from illnesses there. So when she wrote Jane Eyre, she used that school as a model for the one that Jane Eyre attended. And it's the birthday of the novelist Caroline Gordon, born in Todd County, Kentucky, 1895. Her father had founded a classical school for boys in Clarksville, Tennessee, and he enrolled his daughter there, which enabled her to go to college. She met the poet Alan Tate and fell in love with him, and they married, and spent the early years of their marriage living the bohemian lifestyle in Greenwich Village and Paris. Finally came back to Clarksville, where they had a big estate where they entertained all sorts of famous writers, and it was Caroline Gordon who was stuck with the job of being the hostess and neglecting her own writing. Her first novel was Penholly, 1931, and then she wrote a Civil War novel called None Shall Look Back, which had the misfortune to come out about 9 months after Gone with the Wind, and so nobody noticed it. Here's a poem by Lewis Jenkins, The Speaker. The speaker points out that we don't really have much of a grasp of things, not only the big things, the important questions, but the small, everyday things. How many steps up to your front door? What kind of tree grows in your backyard? What is the name of your district representative? What is your wife's shoe size? Can you tell me the color of your sweetheart's eyes? Do you remember where you parked the car? The evidence is overwhelming. Most of us never truly experience life. We drift through life in a daydream, missing the true richness and joy that life has to offer. When the speaker has finished, we gather around to sing a few inspirational songs. You and I stand at the back of the group and hum along, since we have forgotten most of the words. The Speaker, poem by Lewis Jenkins from Just Above Water, published by Holy Cow Press and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.